Hello, thank you for joining us for our career connection this month. I do apologize for the delay. We're having a bit of technical difficulty, so we're going to go ahead and get started right away. Again, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for our career connection webinar. My name is Neverly Sainville. I will be your host for today. We're excited to present Dwyer Workforce Development, lifting up job seekers. Today's recording will be made available along with our presentation to everybody who's registered for today's session. Now, because it is a webinar, all lines are muted, but if you do have a question to ask, you can use the Q&A box located at the bottom of your screen. As we move along through the presentation, please feel free to use the Q&A box to ask any questions that you might have. We're going to leave roughly about 10 minutes at the end of the presentation to answer any questions. Our guest speakers for today are from Dwyer Workforce Development, Inc. We have Jodi Jackson, Community Engagement Coordinator, Lisa Chamness, Director of Partnership and Program, and then Shanae Barksdale, Director of Case Management. Then we'll move on to our Q&A section. After Q&A, if everyone would stay on just an additional minute, we do have a brief survey that will pop up at the end of your screen and would greatly appreciate if you answer those questions. Feedback provided is important as we do use these to better help develop our webinar as well as our programming. Before I turn it over, I did want to take a few minutes to talk about the Women's Resource Center and what we do. So the Women's Resource Center has been empowering women in our county since 1979. We do have 3 centers across both counties, one in Bradenton, one in Sarasota, and one in Venice. We served nearly 9,000 clients last year and delivered over 7,000 hours of programming. Our goal here at the Women's Resource Center is to engage, educate, and enrich and empower women of all generations. We're a place where women can call when they're not sure where to turn to for help. To do that, we offer our clients resource advising, mental health counseling, group and educational programs, career services, educational workshops, program, and scholarships. We also offer legal and financial consultation and education, all of which are offered at little or no cost to our clients. Since this webinar is about careers, I'll take a few minutes to talk a little bit about our career services. Our career coaching program offers individual assistance in preparing for a job search, which includes career discovery, resume preparation, interviewing skills, networking technique, and so much more. Our digital navigating program offers one-on-one computer tutoring, including help with computer basics, Microsoft Office, and applications. It'll also help with navigating online job search and uploading resumes. In addition, we do have 3 career closets, one in each of our locations, offering free clothing and accessories to women who have attended a job interview or who have just secured a job and are in need of attire. Likewise, our career closets also service women who need clothing for any particular reason. So again, we do want to hear from you. Feel free to use the Q&A box located at the bottom of your screen to ask any questions throughout the presentation. As a reminder, our career connections are recorded so that you can watch and replay in case you miss any information. We'll be sending a replay via email within 48 hours to everyone who are registered today, including any materials covered by our presenters. And so thank you for joining today's Career Connection. I'm going to turn it over. If you give me 1 second, I'm going to go ahead and stop screen sharing. And I'm going to hand it over to Dwyer.
Good morning. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you today. My name is Jodi Jackson, and I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator. I'm here with my partners, Shanae Barksdale and Maria Darby, and I think Shanae is going to go ahead and share a screen with our PowerPoint today. I'm going to give you a little overview of who we are, what we do, and why we do it. So let's see. As soon as I see the screen, I'll make sure that I don't miss it. So Dwyer Workforce, we started in 2021 by a gentleman named Jack Dwyer, and Jack Dwyer had a focus in mind to help individuals become certified nursing assistants. He wanted to reduce the workforce shortage that we have here in Florida, but all over the United States, and also to improve the lives of seniors. So that was the reason for his mission in starting Dwyer Workforce. So now you go to the next slide. Does it go? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is the Dwyer family. This is Jack and Nancy Dwyer and their two daughters that have formed our non-for-profit, and it's their mission to make us a successful non-for-profit and to help individuals like yourself who might want to get a start in the healthcare industry. Oh, Barb Clapp, she's our CEO. She joined also in 2021. Barb is a founder and the CEO of a Clapp Communications, an international communications company. She sold that in 2019 and decided that she wanted to do a little extra in her life and work for a non-for-profit. So she's committed, as her mission, and she is committed to being the voice for the voiceless. She has a passion for building stronger communities through workforce development and improving the lives of seniors also. So what do? We are a healthcare workforce community that's trying to get individuals into the industry to work and work in the healthcare sector. We can do this by providing job training. We do placement services, wraparound services, and case management to individuals who maybe lack opportunity but aspire to work in the community of healthcare. And this in turn is going to help alleviate that workforce shortage and improve the lives of seniors, which I had mentioned was our goal. We reach out, we let you know that we exist and that we can help you find the courses. We're not the educator. We partner with schools. The schools do the hands-on training, but we provide those wraparound services. And these services can be anything from childcare, transportation, food insecurities, anything that might hinder you from succeeding in your goal. That's what we want to do. After you've graduated your classes for CNA, we can help with job placement services and case management. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to help you find a job, but we're not going to just say goodbye at the end of the day. We're going to follow you. We're going to continue to talk to you and communicate with you because life has hurdles and you never know what might come up. So it is our goal that through the process, that if anything were to come up, that we're staying in good communication and we're working together. And then at the end of a year, let's say you've graduated, you've got a job, you've been working for a year, maybe one employer, two employers, who knows? But those at the end of that year, if you would like to upscale to a different industry, we're going to help you do that as well. So we're not going to just leave. We're here for the long haul. These are some of the wraparound services that we have. And honestly, this is what makes or breaks it for a lot of individuals. If you don't have a car to go to class and you don't have a car to go to work, then you're not going to be able to be successful. So our goal is that a little help goes a long way. And that little help could be just childcare, the transportation, bus passes, and the mentorship that we provide in our case management is just as important. Like I had said, we're here for the long haul. These are all part of our wraparound services. So here's some statistics that we have. The shortages come way before COVID. Our healthcare system has always been lacking a lot of good healthcare employees. There's always been a shortage. It's been over 20 years. The pandemic might have prompted it more in the healthcare and the senior care facilities than anywhere before or times before. But we've always had the shortage. And now with COVID, it's just exacerbated it. So we feel that we are going to take the time and invest back into the system to alleviate the workforce shortage. Here's a recent survey. 96% of national providers reported facing a staffing shortage, with many citing as top workforce challenge. 97% were impacting the staff's ability to meet residents' care. That's a lot. That's not meeting resident care. So the shortage is not only impacting the facility's abilities to make new administrative and move to make new changes, but it also impacts the ability to change employees' burnout. And burnout is a high topic when it comes to healthcare, right? So we've got to fill these open positions so everybody's being able to pull their weight, and that we can reduce the burnout and keep people thriving in the industry and growing. You don't want to leave the industry. We want to see you move up in the industry and become an RN and a state, LPN. Next slide. Improving the lives of seniors by 2034. As our aging population is growing rapidly and more jobs caring for seniors are being created every day, a lot more. However, demand cannot keep up with supply, and the majority of long-term care facilities have reported staff shortages, which can decrease the quality of senior care. We're creating a lucrative and long-term career opportunities for people like you, who lack the opportunity and aspire to pursue a career in the healthcare industry and better care for our older adults and the communities that we serve. So that is our goal. By 2034, we hope to have much substantial healthcare workers in the industry to help our seniors. And here's the journey. This is what we do. Starting from the minute we are here on this call, recruiting to the training opportunities that we can provide. Some of these classes go from 5 weeks to 12 weeks. It just depends on the schooling that is closest to you and what the offerings are. A lot of the schools can assist with hiring. They also work with local facilities where you could do your clinicals at, and they're always looking to hire. But then we come in and we work with you to find a senior care facility that's maybe close to you. If there isn't one, but maybe a hospital might be closer to you, well, then that's okay. We just want to see you become a CNA and grow in the industry. And then as you work, we're still partnering with you. We still continue to provide you that support. We also work with the senior care facilities. We like to check in with them every so often. We do a lot of background work on the senior care facilities. We want to make sure that they're one of the top rated ones in the industry, so that when we place you someplace, we know that we've put you in a really good home to grow. And as you do that, we continue our check-ins and communication. And when you get to about your 1 year, maybe a little bit less than a year, we want to reach out and say, okay, where are you going next? What are your goals? What are your likes and dislikes? What can we do to help you to move up the ladder? We have a whole team dedicated to this career advancement that will work one-on-one with you to decide, help you decide where your next steps are. And I'll tell you, it's a really great team. We have our first round of CNAs that have graduated, worked 1 year, started LPN school, and are successfully moving through the process. We have a few that have bought homes and are being very self-sufficient on their own. And I know from hearing them that, a year ago, who would have ever thought this was a possible journey for them? And they are now succeeding and almost to the end of graduating their LPN classes. Our scholarships are awarded throughout. If you feel that you may be looking for other certifications like a MedTech, PTech, through the process, a lot of these senior care facilities would like you to do that. You could always reach out to us. Sometimes they do that internally anyway, while you're working there. But that's our goal, is to provide you the scholarships to sustain your life. The next slide. So where are we located and where are we going? Well, we're in Florida. We started in Baltimore, Maryland, and then we provided some services through Texas. Texas, we have a huge facility of 63 facilities there that we provide CNAs for. It is one of the fastest growing. I think we're one of the top 10 non-for-profits in Texas with the amount of facilities that we have there that we have turned into non-for-profit. We moved to Florida 3rd. This is where we are now. And we are expanding in Florida. Every day I find a new school that we could partner with, or other senior care facilities are hiring in the state of Florida. And then we decide that we're going to move into that area of Florida and grow. Next, we're looking to do Pennsylvania area, New Jersey, Alabama, Georgia, Kansas, Louisiana, and Oregon. So we are growing leaps and bounds every day. Here are some of our statistics. Over the 2023 year, we have worked with over 2,000 scholars. We've completed 184 cohorts, and that is just 2023, because we have almost increased that already by July of this year. 81% of everybody that we're working with are actually completing the program, reaching employment, and there's $31 million in annual earnings from all the people that we have worked for and placed. And we have developed 75 new partners within the program of 2023. We have a success story here in the middle that you can review, and at the bottom is some of our wraparound services that we provide and how we do that, the transportation, the child care, career supplies, uniforms, shoes, stuff, whatever you need, the books, everything is covered when you start school and you move through the process. And then the last box shows some of the funding that we've been able to pull in and move to our scholars. Okay, here are some wonderful photos of us out in the community. Here's Barb Clapp, our CEO, moving through the community. She's won several awards for her mission with Dwyer Workforce and her accomplishments that she has made getting the word out and spreading our company into the world of healthcare. So she has provided and done some really magnificent things and won some awards. Here are our scholars, the most important piece. Here are some graduation pictures of some of our scholars going through the process of just finally finishing on graduation day, and there's nothing more exciting than an actual graduation day. I'll tell you, it doesn't matter if it's a 5-week class or a 12-week class. It is just so exciting, the day of graduation. Next slide. Here's some more of us doing some job fairs that we go to. We partner with different community colleges. Barb Clapp again, working with the Austin Community College there in Texas, working with other facilities that we have there. It's called Well Central in Texas. That is a non-for-profit that we have there with all of our communities and senior care facilities in Texas. And that's her doing her thing over there in Texas. Here's a little bit more of Florida. These are our scholars. They go to Suncoast Technical. They graduated. It was an exciting class for them. This was our first round that we did. It was a wonderful, diverse group. Everybody was of all ages, male, female. This was an exciting group that we had. They were very intense. They were very eager to learn. They went through the process pretty quickly and did graduation, and I worked diligently to ensure that they had some senior care facilities to work for upon graduation. Here's also a photo of Maria, Lisa, and I at Big Brother and Big Sisters in Sarasota. They're one of our partners too. And we have an app that you can download on your phone when you become a Dwyer Scholar. This app is our way to communicate with you to make sure that you're doing okay. During the app, you can give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on how your day's going. If we get a thumbs down, we know that maybe we need to reach out to you. Maybe something's going on and you might need to talk. The app has a lot of just fun activities that we provide. We did a walking contest one day. And at the end, people were winning gift certificates. Charnay, who's on the line, she does her tips for the day for healthcare workers, as she too has been in the industry of healthcare and understands the workload that you go through. So she likes to provide her tips and tricks. When you do things on the app, you gain points through the point services. You can cash these in for maybe an iced coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or maybe an Amazon gift card. You can stockpile your points until you have an opportunity to cash them in for something that you want. We try to give you all opportunities to earn these points. The more you're active on our platform on the app, the more points you receive. Just recently, we had free tickets to the zoo in Brevard County on the East Coast. It was CNA week, so we did a lot of activities that week for scholars to participate on the app. And this is just a great way if we have some job opportunities too in your area that we would like to advertise. We could put it on the app and say, look, this facility is doing an open house between 2 and 4. If you're interested, show up at the facility, you know, mention you're a Dwyer Scholar so that they know you're one of ours coming in. And it's just a great way to communicate with you and have you communicate back with us. If you work for one of our senior care facilities that we communicate with and they give you some really great comments, we take that into consideration and we give you a shout out on the app, and that gives you also some more points that you can use to buy and, you know, use for the app, gift cards and such that you can use on the app. So take action. I think all of it that we do works. Everything that we have provided to our scholars, everything that we can do for you to make it easier on you to complete your goal is what we want to do. That is our mission. Our mission is to try to find the yes in what you need. If it's possible, we will try to do it and we can do it. If we can't, then we just can't. But we use our social media to amplify and communicate with you. We use methods to teach financial literacy, to find ways for you to learn. If you don't have a GED and you would want to get one, we'll find a path for you. If you have an ESOL issue where your English is not your first language and you have communication issues, we will try to find those classes for you. And this last slide is also one that we would share with our donors to show them what we do so that they too can make donations on your behalf so that we can help you grow in your industry as well. And that's it.
All right, perfect. So we're going to open up the floor to any questions that we might have. Again, if you do have a question, please use the Q&A box located at the bottom of your screen. We do have a question right now. It says, do you offer help with CNA to get their CPR certification?
So when we provide schooling for the Dwyer Scholars, the CPR classes are included. The goal for us is to recruit individuals to become certified nursing assistants. So if you're already a CNA, well, you've already done great. You've already succeeded and you've become a CNA. So what we do is recruit individuals, we train them to be in CNA, and yes, the CPR is definitely included in that process.
The next question we have states, do you offer transportation assistance?
110%. Yes, we do. We use Lyft. And we also have bus passes for local transportation in your area.
Our next question in line, do you have to make a minimum salary to qualify for your services? A minimum salary would just definitely show that somebody is underserved, which is what we just classified somebody who might need a little extra help. That's all it's saying. So most likely, yes. Most everybody that we have spoken to has qualified for our program. Are there any requirements to participate in your program?
Yes, the requirement is that you put your grit into the process, because we can pay for transportation every day, all day long, but you've got to be the person who does it and wants to do it. So as long as you're putting the grit in, then you are above what we've been looking for. So we're ready to roll, yeah.
So the next question is more on a personal matter. They wanted to know if you could share personal email for Barbara, as they'd like to become a CNA, but there might be some legal issues and they have some questions.
Okay, so I can share my email, yeah. Want me to put it in the chat?
Yes, if you would. Yes, if you would. And then I'll also include that in the recording and recap summary that we send out in about 48 hours, so everybody can have that. If anybody else would also like to reach out and have any personal questions that we may not be able to answer in today's webinar. The next question that we have says, I'm already a CNA, but I'm unable to afford my CPR recertification. Is that something that you guys are able to assist with?
Why don't you email me and we'll talk? We'll talk, because there's already a CNA, but we'll talk. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. The next question we have is, are the CNA classes available online or are they in person?
They're in person. There could be some of the schools that we partner with that do a hybrid, but there's always an in-person skills segment that somebody will have to attend so they can learn the skills portion.
And the next question we have is, how long are the programs?
Some schools are only 5 weeks, and then some of the schools that are different areas are actually community colleges, and those are going to be a whole semester of 12 weeks. So it just depends what school is near you.
And is a background check required in order to attend the program?
Most of the schools will do background checks in the first few weeks of school, yeah.
And the next question we have is, what qualifies a person for each program?
What qualifies a person for each program?
Yes.
Just the grit, the ability and the desire to do it is what qualifies you to do it. There is no, like, if you don't have a high school diploma, you're still, it's still an option. There's not a problem there. Of course, we want to see you get it. So that year that you're actually a CNA, we can help you get your high school diploma, so that if you'd like to upskill your education, you've already gotten your high school diploma. But no, I mean, unless your father's Rockefeller and he's so rich that, you don't need this program, then that would disqualify.
No. Next question we have is, do you have to be employed as a CNA for 1 year in order to receive a scholarship for further education?
Yes, we would like that. This is your career. This is your life. We want to see you graduate, work in a senior care facility, be mentored by the employees that are there. We want to see you grow in the industry. And that year really helps you develop what your next stage is. You might want to do something, and then after working in a facility for so long, you might decide, you know what, I just learned something new, and I like that way more than what I thought I was going to do. So that year is really developing what your future could look like.
Our next question is, where do you apply?
Okay, so we have a flyer, and that was shared. So I'm sure you'll send out the flyer when you present it. At the bottom of the flyer is a QR code. You can just scan that, and that'll take you to our database. You're welcome to just email me. We're fine either way. If you just reach out to me, I can try to get you registered in our database as well. We do have a department that helps first-time enrollees. There's a phone call that lasts maybe 25 minutes. They're getting to know you. What are your needs? Where do you live? What kind of school you're looking to go to? What would be your next step? This is a very inclusive conversation about you and your future and how we can shape that. That all happens in the next steps after you do the QR code or you reach out to me. You'll get the phone call, and they will help put you on your path. And our case management starts at hello. It doesn't happen when school graduates. No, it starts from the minute you pick up the phone and you talk to us. We are there for the whole ride with you.
Perfect. So our next question is it only for senior care, or are they able to work anywhere?
Our mission is senior care, so we'll always prefer that our seniors, but we understand that not everybody has the desire to work in a senior care, maybe as opposed to a hospital or home care. So we're open to that. You will always be a Dwyer Scholar regardless, and you'll always be with us in a year later if you'd like to upskill. There's no hard feelings at all.
All right. This next question pertains to your wraparound services. The question is, are there any living expenses covered if we join the program, as this person has been unemployed for roughly 6 months?
Yes, and that's what that phone call is for. That 25-minute phone call I told you is all about what can we do to get you to the next step, and what's holding you back, and how can we break these barriers.
The next question we have is, do you only provide CNA, LPN, or could MedTech be included? If so, how would they go about applying for childcare while taking classes?
Yeah, MedTech is definitely on our list. Anything in the healthcare industry is going to be on our list. You can even go to, physical therapy if you want. If that's your next step, physical therapy assistant. Childcare is part of that call. We help you find the place. Most likely, your area, the location, what's close to your house. Sometimes we partner with a career source, and they have relationships with Early Learning Coalition. If you're in an area where we don't have that partnership, then we help pay for the childcare for a little while you get on your feet, and then we talk about it again at the next meeting.
Okay, so it looks like that's all the questions as of right now. I'm going to leave it open for a little bit more, just about 2 more minutes, if anybody else has any questions that they might want to ask. One question that I might have that maybe others are thinking of is, once they're placed as far as job placement, I do see that you're located other states other than Florida. Will you help them if they're wanting to relocate?
Yes, they want to go to one of our states. I think that would be good. I mean, if they decide that they want to move, I don't know how deep, we've never had this experience before, but if they are looking for a job in another state where we have a facility, I would definitely reach out to that facility and supply a resume and see if I can hook up an interview for them.
All right, well, it looks like there aren't any more questions, so we are going to go ahead and conclude our career connection for this month. Thank you, everybody who joined for today. And again, we will be releasing the recap and recording, as well as all the presentation materials within 48 hours of our webinar. So thank you. Dwyer, thank you for presenting for today, and everybody for joining. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you. It's been wonderful. Appreciate it.